We built and toppled an imaginary city made of 130,000 wooden planks.
What's up, Domino community? We're in Italy building the world's largest project made of wooden catapult planks. And the best part is, it's all going to topple down in an epic chain reaction. So today I'm joined with
Raffaele Salvaldi
and Benjamin Crousier.
We're helping out Raphael. He's been doing this incredible project for the past 5 months, and
He's been building in this beautiful church and setting up these towers, which reach nearly 15 meters tall. And it is just so spectacular. Everything you see here was built by hand. So no machines, no special things that help us build, just pure craftsmanship and a lot of patience.
My name is Raffaele Salvaldi. I'm an Italian artist, and I pile Kepler planks basically mostly full time. The structure that I used to build, it's called Imaginary City, because I take some inspiration from various monuments that I know and that I see, and I mix all different kinds of style of architecture, and I create this kind of monumental skyline. And the idea is to create something that can reach everybody, no matter the age, no matter the job they do. It's something where everybody can find some meaning, some excitement as well. Let's go to check this and have a look around more closely to this artwork. When you go at the first site, you see this one that we call, that actually Kapla Ben call it Beanie Boy. As you see, we did some very curious partner, because we have these 2 double pillars here, so it's 2 planks one over the other. If you decide to try this, this is pure pain when you build it, because usually when you put the last one, you learn what the domino effect is. And if you are more higher, sometimes the chain reaction could take more than that down. It requires some practice, this one. The technique used to be like this, is, you know, you got the pillar, you got the chain with the flat planks that helps to keep it together, then you have pillar again, and a chain again, and then you have something that, you know, enlarge the structure. I love to make this ring of square planks with a spinning on the middle, and then again. I very often repeat the pattern before it changed. For example, you see there is on the bottom you got 1 single pillar, then it's double, you got the squares, the stairs, and then you repeat exactly the same thing until here. And when you got here, you can change the pattern. And if you want, just before to arrive to the dome, you need to increase the mass. Because it cannot be too empty, because it looks like a bit awkward. Just before the dome starts, I make 1 more round of spinning, so you can have this little bit of breath before you start with the dome. And as you see, the dome is not a regular one, but is spinning the dome itself. That technique is absolutely required if you want to build a dome that is larger than 1 meter diameter. When you try to build it regularly, putting planks just one in front of the other and try to close it, the planks start to try to fall inside. But if you make them spin, you solve the problem, because they just close it naturally and create this beautiful pattern, and they just helps you a lot. It's very easier to create the more harmonious curve out there.
so it is really cold in here. There's no heat in the church. So we've just been building in almost freezing weather. So that's why we're wearing hats, ski jackets. I'm wearing Under Armour in multiple layers to just stay warm. We're doing our best.
In order to build so tall, we had to climb up on the scaffolding. I've never been on scaffolding like this before, but you kind of just like go up the stairs and then climb this ladder through this trap door, and then eventually you get to the top. It was funny to see that in order to get more planks, he would just pull this rope. Honestly, this actually worked a lot better than I thought.
There's a backstory. Like, I've been watching Raphael post on Instagram all of these incredible time lapses of this imaginary city, and it is some of the most breathtaking pieces of art that I've ever seen. And suddenly, I remember seeing this video of like the entire structure just completely collapsed in, and just planks just shattered on the ground. It was honestly heartbreaking to see. Like, what was going through your mind? What happened?
Actually, the timing of that was something absolutely crazy and nonsense, because I spent 4 months working here. You can imagine all the effort and all the pressure that it was in the situation. And in particular, in this case, we had this window up there that you can see. Over that window, there were 2 glass missing. So, and I didn't realize that because you can see that only at night. So we have a very, very windy day. I was completing the dome. I was 12 meters high and everything was going so smoothly and so nice. I was so satisfied. It was the day where I could finally open the construction site to the public. I opened the door. I had 15 people outside waiting for me to open the door. And then I see this huge pile of planks there. That was crazy. I mean, there is nothing you can do actually, is there? And somehow there is always two emotions. On one side, you feel sorry because of all the effort and the work that is lost. But on the other side, you also feel relieved because, the pressure to deliver the project is gone. So, but you have to do something because, we have arranged a lot of stuff. You're coming here, you're in this collaboration, and there was a lot of things that needs to be done in the end. So when life gives you lemon, you have to make lemonade.
Yeah, the show must go on.
Yeah, show must go on. So I decided to, no plans. I just start to build and let's see what happened. But also the planks over there was 150,000, actually a bit more than what we have been using now. It takes at least 2 weeks to pick them up. Something very nice happened. The people from the city decided to organize themselves and use some of their free time to help me in this situation. So they were coming here and we had people that were coming and families and so on. They was picking up the planks while I started to build again.
That's so nice of them.
Yes.
That's so cool that they organized on their own and came here to help.
What do you think of the project now that you've built it the second time?
I think it's the best I ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Even better than the original design.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very, by far better. And you know what? All the 3 most beautiful things that I ever built up that I am very proud of have all raised in these circumstances. So after a big failure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's okay to fail. It's like kind of part of the process.
Yeah, probably, yes.
It.
Actually, I believe that fails is part of the process. I think that by our culture, we see unsuccess and failment as a good reason to stop doing something. But actually, it's the opposite. It's the only reason you have to keep going and to try again and to find a solution. Because that's the only way you can.
I agree.
It's neat to see.
Yeah, you gotta persist through it and use that failure as fuel to make something even better.
Yeah.
And you learn from it every time too.
Yeah.
Look who I'm with. It's Kaplan. What is your role in this project?
It's not super well defined, but I guess I'm the systems guy. Like I do all those systems on the floor that need to work.
So the things that basically connect to the big towers to get them to trigger, right?
Yes. And I guess some of the planning of the domino lines and the sequence, which tower, like what order do we bring the towers down?
Right. So you came in like towards the end of the project when the towers were already built, and was it like a little sketchy to see like some of the triggers might not work?
Yeah, so there were some systems made in a bit of different ways I would do them, and so I want to reorganize them such they are easier to operate with. So I did that already, so now it's a matter of getting them ready.
Are you worried that some of them might not topple?
Yeah, so I think there's some issues where the system doesn't bring down all the parts of a tower, so sometimes it can stay despite the system activating. So we'll have some backup in addition to the system to make sure we bring all the towers down.
This is a safety in case something fails, because I'm not a professional domino builder, so and dominoes are something that is very new for me, so it's not guaranteed it's gonna fall as we planned. So I tied 3 ropes together, and this way we can make sure this rod is easy to pull, and on the other end we're gonna tie some strings that will go around some very delicate point, so in case the chain reaction fails, we can just pull it out and guarantee the fall down.
Gotcha. Hopefully we don't need to use it, but it's good
so.
to have as a backup. Benjamin didn't have too high hopes that some of these towers would go down. Benjamin did an entire audit and added things where he could and fixed some things. We decided to use what's called the herringbone technique to have the caplas go in a chain and lead to each tower. We added these rails on the side of the herringbone chain to make it look a little bit nicer. And we also added these slanted diagonal pieces on the supports to make sure that all of those would topple. So how does this trigger mechanism work?
So this force is the domino, and then this force, this is the safety, and then that tower goes and onto the big structure.
It's cool how just angling it slightly allows it to go in a different direction.
We need the last one, and I think Lily, you should have this one.
Oh, I forgot her.
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
Thank you. Final piece, let's go.
There we go. It's done. Wow, that looks amazing.
I would love that people that watch the fall down and the building as well may stop for a second and think about how ephemeral beauty can be. And when I think about beauty, to me beauty can be multiple things. It's nature, it's a human relationship, it's an historical building. Beauty is something that is doomed to perish over time. It will do that eventually, and you must remind yourself that it's important to take care of that, so you can slow that process as much as you can. I really love to see people that really can get this idea, and they go home with something in their heart.
The mirrors were a great touch, and I also really liked the use of these LED strips. Lighting was a super critical part of this project, and I think it really affected the way that you perceive the artwork. Like, it was a totally different experience seeing the project at night and having the lights go through the structure. It's such a different vibe when you're looking at it during the daylight. No matter what time of day, this project looks amazing. Now, to start the chain reaction, we used normal dominoes. And this was a really cool way to see each artist's distinct style. So we've got me with the dominoes, we've got Benjamin with the triggers, and then we have Raffaele with all of these towers. And of course, I had to use the colors of the Italian flag. I didn't bring too many dominoes with me, but I did what I could and made a full setup for the start. And finally, after 5 months of building, that's right, 5 months, we were ready to topple.
It's fall down day. Can you guys believe it?
Yeah, unbelievable. So much time.
What, 5 months now, right?
Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah,
Are you
stressed
excited?
out.
You're stressed?
Yeah, just stressed out
Stressed?
like usual. Yeah.
Yeah, how about you?
Yeah, a little bit, but also I am really excited. I mean, it's the end of so much long path and project, so I really can't wait to see it fall down.
Yeah, I'm excited, honestly. Like, at this point, there's not much we can do to like really help the chain reaction, so it's just like crossing our fingers and enjoying the fall down.
Okay, this topple was absolutely insane. I can still hear the planks ringing in my ears, honestly. We had some more trigger mechanisms on the backside of that largest tower, but it looks like the bottom was just a bit too sturdy, so Benjamin had to pull the string and eventually the entire tower came down. Just wow, I'm like watching it back, I'm still just speechless. The topple was incredible. I still feel the energy in the room, and even days after it, we were all feeling the adrenaline from that project. The amount of planks on the ground afterward too, like, wow. This was genuinely one of the coolest projects that I've been a part of, and Raffaele is one of the most talented artists that I know, so go subscribe. And I also want to give a shout out to our featured community member, Dama Kun, who's been making some incredible domino videos. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go check out the final videos linked down below. And as always, I'm Lily Hevish, and keep on building.